2018 BMW M4 doing a crank hub upgrade on it. Justin's gonna tell you a little bit about it so we can show you guys what's going on. So why don't you bring it in?
So you have your stock crank hub, okay? A lot of the problems is when you're beyond full bolt-on or full bolt-on in general, this timing sprocket will actually spin on the crank hub, and then your timing will go off and you will basically grenade the engine. The fix, one of the very many, this is a Vargas spline drive. So you have a one-piece hub here so that the timing chain will never slip on the actual hub, and then you have your oil sprocket here, and then these splines actually eat themselves into the crank. So for protection over 900 wheel horsepower, this is the way to go.
So in this car, he went full bolt-on originally with us, and Justin tuned it, and now he came back for this upgrade with, he wants to do what, pure turbos on there?
He wants to go eventually pure stage 2s, probably around 700 horsepower to the rear wheel on the Mustang dyno, and send it.
All right, so some of the parts we had to take coming apart on the car, we have laid out on the table so we can give you guys a closer look at what came out of the car, and then we'll go over to the car, show you some of the special tools that are on the car and what's a part on the car, and then we'll come back and we'll show you everything that's together. So we'll run through a little bit that's on the table. Justin will show you some of the stuff that did come out of the car.
Okay, so you have your timing chain with the whole guide system.
And Justin, these are probably a good idea depending on the miles when they come out of the car. That we should probably upgrade or put a new chain, replace the chain. So this car's got what, 70,000 on this car?
71,000.
So we're just gonna throw a new chain in there while we're there. It makes sense. It's, you know, the labor's already there, so we'll put a new chain in it.
You have your Vanos gears, which are oil driven for your variable valve timing, and then you have your sensor that reads where that is. The stretch bolts on here always need to be replaced. So you have that. Obviously you have your crank hub, and then you have your crank pulley bolt, which is also a stretch bolt, which needs to be replaced.
So one-time use on that.
One-time use on that. And then you have your timing belt tensioner, which should be replaced also depending on the mileage, just because it is oil driven too. So everything's based on pressure, and any drop in pressure can cause damage to the chain and or the engine assembly.
All right, so we showed you the parts on the table, give you a good sense of what should be replaced, what comes out, what they're for. We'll bring you under the hood, kind of show you what's a part on here, and then as we go back together, we'll go that later in the video. But take a look under the hood, get a sense of what's a part on the car.
So here, obviously, we got the valve cover off to set the timing. This tool locks your cams in place, so when you're at top dead center and you're breaking stuff loose, like the Vanos gears or the bottom end or something, make sure that your cams stay timed. And then when you go to retime it, you have this tool, which has little dongles here. You put that there, that sets your Vanos timing, so you don't have any issues there.
If you look down low down here, you can see where your crank hub's gonna go. Obviously nothing's there. And then the pieces we took apart in the front here. So it's gonna go right in here. Obviously that's all apart. Got another tool that is in there.
And then you have your oil pump there, the oil pump sprocket, which is a vacuum pump technically. And that runs the oil pump at the bottom of the engine. So the crank hub comes with a new sprocket for that, which is important to change because that comes with a new friction disc, which this whole timing assembly is based on friction. So anything new is a good idea.
All right guys, so we finally got everything back together. Crank pulleys in, everything's done, all buttoned up here, tightened everything down. Clamps are torqued. We've been working on it on the dyno for a couple hours here, just doing a couple revisions. We did a 93 map, and now we're working on an E30 map on this thing? Yeah. E30 map. So we got some solid numbers, kind of just gonna run through what we're doing, what was done on the car, and then we'll do a pull for you guys and then show you some numbers as well.
So what we got going on here is we're tuning this car with boot mod. As you can see, so I have my dashboard up, which shows me, you know, the parameters on the car, you know, boost, lambda, stuff like that, so I can monitor it. I got Team Viewer up to control the dyno while I'm sitting in here, and then the Fuel It app running the ethanol content, so I know exactly where it's at.
So we got what, E28 in there right now, which is close enough to E30, so pretty good with that.
Which is C85, so it's you know, one of the better 85s out there.
Okay.
So we're gonna pull this in fourth gear, probably up to around a little bit over 7,000 RPMs, and that'll give us our correct readings that we need and data log it to make any adjustments.
Cool, so let's turn the fans on for him. We got these guys over here. Make sure we get sufficient airflow to there for him. So we'll flash those on and then we'll do a pull here, see what we make. All right, guys, so we just did the pull on there. So still in the process. If we zoom in here, so we can get you the numbers here. So basically 513, 526. Not bad. Again, still in the process of working out some kinks on it. So keep you posted.